So, guys, welcome back again to a new week and a happy new month to you guys. We're in a new month, all right, and we're going to be analyzing the charts to see what we should be expecting in this new month and even in this new week. Let's see what we're going to get. Now, last week was a good week. We caught some good trades, and I think we posted those trades on our YouTube channel and on our TikTok. So don't forget to make sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel, and also make sure to follow us on TikTok. Right, we're trying to grow this channel significantly, and hopefully very soon we'll be able to start going live with you guys while trading. Right, so now looking at the charts, let's get on the charts now. Let's see what we can find. Now, last week we caught some amazing trades up to 600 plus pips in profit and all that. So go watch our previous videos. Now, looking at the charts, right, looking at gold, let's start from the monthly, and let's try and see if we can do this very fast. Now, looking at the monthly, we can clearly see that gold is very much bullish. It's still very much bullish, even though we can see a significant rejection on this monthly downwards. Right, the month has closed bullish, but with a green candle, but with a massive rejection. So what do we expect in this new month? Price should continue to go up, so we might see price go back up a little to probably around 2892 or even higher. Right, we might see price go up to 2892 or even higher, to as high as 2915, 2930, 20, 27, 25, thereabout. And then from there we might see a rejection, but I don't think it might get up there. I think we might just see price going up to around 2895 area, and then from there we might see drop back down to around 2790 area, and then from somewhere around this zone 2790 and 2760 we're going to be looking for buys to continue the push up, right? So I think that's what we're going to be looking out for. So let's go to the weekly time frame. So that's what we'll be looking for on the monthly in this new month. So now on the weekly, what should we be expecting for this next week? Now, this new week we're entering, we're going to be looking for mostly sales, right? Remember, gold is still very much bullish. So even if you're looking for sales, you need to be very careful. Like I always say, if the overall direction is bullish, you need to mostly look for buying opportunities, right? But if you see price currently experiencing a pullback, then you could look for good entries for yourself. Like last week, we caught some good sales, right? We caught some good sales about several trades, and we posted it for you guys, right? So this week we might see a continuation of the downward move because we're looking for price. Price will most likely be coming down to around 2790. So we'll look for how to, if price is actually planning on getting down there before it can continue its overall push up, then we should be looking for how to capitalize on the push downwards. But like I said, gold is overall bullish, right? So if gold is overall bullish, we have to be very careful. Even though we're looking for sales, we have to be very careful because gold could do something of this nature and then just start pushing up, right? Gold could do that, right? So but we'll just keep a close eye on the charts, and any opportunity that presents itself to us, then we're going to take it. The most important thing is that we will come up with different probabilities of what we think gold could actually do, right? Both in the buying and selling scenario, and would mark out our key levels. And what we'll be doing is waiting for price to get into those zones, and then would observe what price does in those zones, right? Whenever we mark out a key level, and we tell you to keep an eye on those levels, when price gets into that zone, you don't just automatically execute your trade, right? You need to wait for certain confirmations that will give you the signal that or indication that price wants to actually do what you're anticipating. But if you don't get those signals, you stay away, let price do its thing until you get a clear signal, right? So that's how you need to make sure you trade. You need to be patient, and you need to wait for price to come to you and wait for certain confirmations before you execute. So now on the weekly, we can see this massive bearish candle, right? We can see this massive bearish candle. I took note of price when it started rejecting from this very top, but I missed the entry, right? I entered a little bit lower a few days later, got a good opportunity later, I think the next day or so, and then got in on the trade. Now, you can see this massive bearish candle, right? So, and I talked about this last week, and I said gold is preparing itself for probably a pullback, a downward retracement, right? And that's what it has just done. It has showed us that that's what it has been wanting to do, and so that's why it was moving sideways for some time. Now, what can we expect? How do we trade this? Now we can wait for price to get back up to the 50% level of this previous weekend, right? Which is somewhere around here, around the same lines that we drew, right? So coincidentally, they're kind of like a line. If you draw the Fibonacci, let's draw it so you see it. All right, so that's it. As you can see, it's kind of like it kind of like aligns properly, right? Pretty well. So that's the 50% level. The 50% level is 2895. They're about to 2894, right? So we'll be looking for price to come into that level or the 38% level, which is 2882, but more significantly the 2895, the 50% level, right? We'll be looking for price to get into that zone. When price gets into that zone, they will probably be looking for a sell for the continuation of the sell downwards to this key level where we're going to be looking for our buys. All right. So we're going to be looking for ourselves to this key level where we're going to be looking for our buys. All right. So looking at let's do this. Let's go back to the monthly. Let's see something. Let's be fast with this. All right, let's go back to the weekly. See what I need to see. So like we said on the weekly, we'll be looking for price to get into the zone, and once price gets into that zone, then we will now be looking for sells to get back down to this area, right? So let's get to the daily. Let's go to the daily. Let's see how it looks. All right, so looking at the daily, guys, you can see gold is overall bullish, right? You can see this was like a previous high. This is now the new high, right? So gold now is trying to come down and to create a new low. So this area is a significant area. So gold is most likely going to get down to this point, right? So at this moment, you can see gold push down. So looks good. We should be expecting price to go back up. Now, if you look closely at this daily, you can see something like a heads and shoulders pattern, right? Let's draw that for you guys so you can see that. Something of this nature. All right. So now this is like the neckline, right? Let's remove this. Oh, no. So something of that nature, right? So this here is like the neckline. That's the neckline. That's definitely the neckline, right? So we'll be looking for price to come back up into that area. And then from there, when we start seeing our confirmations for a sell, we're going to take the sells downwards to this point, hopefully, or first to this major area. And then if price breaks through this level, then probably it'll come back down to this point. All right. So that's how we're going to be looking for entries. I think it's that simple. But remember, like I said, because gold is predominantly bullish, you have to be very careful when taking a sell. You need to wait for clear confirmations because price could get to this point now. Instead of reversing downwards, price could just continue pushing higher, right? And that's why I said if we see a good opportunity for a buy presenting itself to us, we would also take it, right? But we'll mostly be looking for sales. If you're looking for sales, we know the areas we're going to be looking for ourselves. We're going to be looking for ourselves around this area, but we could be looking for buys around here, right? We could be looking for buys at around this point, but we're looking for ourselves at around this area. So whichever one price or gold presents to us, we're going to take it. We're going to move and run with it, right? So let's go to the 4 hours. That's simple. You see, and the way I analyze the chart is quite simple. It's not stressful. It's not complicated like a lot of other people. Try to make it as easy as possible. Now, these were things we drew last week, and as you can see, price played out exactly as I anticipated. I told you guys the price last week was going to be coming to somewhere around this point, and price will reject up. Price did actually come down, and price rejected up. Right? I saw that I took part of it. I took some trades there. Then price later now broke down lower, came back down up to this area, and what happened? Rejected again, and then came down. So our analysis, we are usually spot on, right? We are usually spot on. So don't miss out, don't miss our videos, don't miss our videos. Anyway, so like we said, we are going to be waiting for price to come to this neckline. As you can see, we're going to be waiting for price to come to this neckline, and once price gets there, we're going to be looking for our sell. If we see a good opportunity there to sell, like you see that somehow that kind of like aligns with this 50% level area too as well. So we're waiting for price to come up to that point, and then we'll sell from there. I actually took a buy from this tip here, right? But later closed it. I don't know why I closed it. I took a buy from here, and I closed it from this very tip. But I later closed it. I shouldn't have though. Although I know the reason I closed it though. So anyway, guys, so if price somehow presents to us a buying opportunity, also comes back down instead of just going up and presents a buying opportunity, then we can capitalize on the move up. But we also need to be, even if we capitalize on the move up, and then if it gets up here and then it begins to present to us a selling opportunity at around this level, to 9597 area, then we could be looking for ourselves from there. All right, so that's that, guys. So guys, like I always say, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to follow our channel on TikTok and YouTube, and ask any questions that you have, then we could answer in the comment section. All right, guys, so let's go to the 1 hour. Let's see what it looks like. I think the 4 hours okay. The 1 hour might look a little bit clumsy, yeah, because I have to shrink it down. So that's that. Now, those of you who trade ICT and the rest, I think this makes sense to you. Breakup structures and all that. If you go lower, you see some liquidity areas that you expect price to go up to take. This whole area like this is a liquidity area, right? And it's like an inducement, right? So price will most likely go up, take all these places, and then probably start to drop. So that's you guys kind of strategy, right? So it's similar. Let's go back to the 4 hour, to the daily. So guys, so like we said, it's as simple as that. We're going to be waiting for price this week. Price should most likely push down lower. Price would go up most likely and then push down lower to this point. And we're going to be waiting for that setup. If you see a clear setup for sales, we're going to take it. If we don't see a clear setup for sales, then and we see a good setup for buys, then we're going to take it. But these are the key areas we're going to be looking for. We're going to be looking for sales at around this zone 2895 level and probably a little bit upward. And we're going to be looking for our buys starting from this level 2832, right? But majorly from 2791. And that might be till the ending of this week or next week that we might see a very, very clear buy setup from the zone here, right? So let's just see how it goes. Let's just see how it goes. But if you're looking for buys, you should be waiting for buying setups to come down to for price to come down to around 2840 level thereabouts, where we could now be looking for buys. Or if it goes lower, then we could look for buys at 2791 level, which is this area. So guys, that's that. Let's see how it goes this week. If you have any question, make sure to ask in the comment section, and share this video with others, let them find this. I do hope you have an amazing trading week, guys. Right? So peace out, guys. Much love.